Hey, hey, everybody. Hey, hey. I love the music, y'all. Y'all know it's like my favorite part of the show. The intro. I like it. I love it. If you know me, you know I love music. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, uh, whew, I have to let it go. Look, welcome to introducing you guys. I am your girl, Miss Chris, aka Smart Video Girl, here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, exclusively for you. Again, I am your girl, Miss Chris, aka Smart Video Girl. You've tuned into Introducing the Podcast. This is episode number 4. And today, our topic is energy flow. That's right, energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows all the time because it's consistent. Okay, it doesn't stop. All right. So it's so many different things we're going to be talking about, and I have a brand new guest for you today. New people, new things, and new ways of thinking. Okay. Our new person today is going to be Miss Sharon Parker. She has a brand new podcast that she's going to be launching. She has some work that she's been doing in the community for a very, very, very long time. You want to talk about energy? This lady knows all about synergy. So we're going to talk about that. And then new ways of thinking. The topic is energy flow. So we're going to definitely get into that today. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all of my followers, my new followers. Listen, I done seen the numbers. Y'all like me and I love you. This has been awesome. This has been great. And thank you everyone who has liked, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate you. And you guys give me motivation and to continue to do this. So I really, really, really do truly do appreciate you. Shout out to all the new sponsors. Shout out to all the new viewers, and shout out to all the new fans. So that's what it is. So we're going to get this party started. And I want to bring up none other than my special guest, Miss Sharon Parker of Sharon Lee on the Run and of Rosa. Y'all, we're going to get into it. So help me, everyone, welcome Miss Sharon Parker to introducing.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today, for being a guest or introducing. Listen, we go back very long time, but
Yes.
this show is introducing and is for people to get to know you,
Okay.
and possibly for you to, learn something new about yourself. So that's what we're here for.
I am flowing with the energy.
She know she understands the assignment. She understands the assignment. So let's just start off for those who do not know. Tell everybody briefly a little bit about who you are and what impact you make in the world.
Okay. Well, first of all, Chris, I want to thank you for having me as a guest on this wonderful Smart Video Girl. I love the title podcast show. You are the bomb. And I just wanted to say thank you for everything you do. And yes, we have been connected for a while. And I like to consider myself a leading within strategist. And a leading within strategist is to me is working with powerful people, wonderful people, caring people, such as yourself and your platform, and those who work with you as well. Just to give you a little personal information about me, I am a what I consider myself as a civil rights baby. Yeah, I'm gonna tell my age. I was born in the early '60s. Country girl from Calvert County, Maryland. I grew up with, what, 10 siblings. Two, it was 12 of us, but the youngest and the oldest passed away before I had a chance to engage with them. But 10 siblings. I am the third from the youngest, so it took me forever to find my voice. And
Mhm.
after I did, I went on to have four girls. I'm a grandma. So I still live here in Maryland. I've been working in the federal government now for 35 years. Don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. But I love what I do. I love the next generation. I'm very passionate about the next generation and about pouring back into them and giving them a little of the skill sets of what I have gained over the years. I'm the president for the Maryland Association for the American Mothers Inc., which has been established since 1935 across the
Mm.
country. But I'm the president for the Maryland Association. I'm also the president for a passionate organization that I have called Rosa. And Rosa is the African American History Organization. It means remembering our ancestors, synergistic association.
I
I'm
love
an author. I'm an author of a book that I wrote 5 years ago that I'm going to be talking about on the show tonight. And I am just a caring person who loves who I am and who loves us as a people and everyone else, but I love us first.
Amen, amen, amen. All right, so y'all, you just heard it. If you did not know, that's the quick bio of how Miss Sharon Parker is in giving back to the community and so much. This is her essence and how she serves her community. So first of all, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, we don't want that. We want to get that off the thing. All right. And Rosa, I mean, you've been doing Rosa for a very long time. Author, speaker, community activist. She said there's a lot of things. Okay, a lot of stuff. So before we get into it too tough, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that. Make sure that you go follow me first of all on Instagram, Smart Video Girl. Okay. And then if you have an email, if you have any questions, if you'd like to be a guest, or if you have any show title suggestions, you can send an email to tellemchris@gmail.com. Okay. All right. And this particular segment is going to be sponsored by our very own Wild Radio. So shout out to Wild Radio, my homegirl,
Yes.
Carib Jim over there, holding it down, doing great things, and one of the locations where you'll be able to find introducing in syndication very soon. So thank you, shout out to them. But today we have Miss Sharon Parker of Rosa, and I just love saying that. I just. But what I want to do today, I have questions, and my questions kind of revolve around the laws of the universe. No,
Yes.
because they govern us all. And so I really
Yes.
want to see how do we, as individuals, coincide with that law. You know what I'm saying? So it's random questions, and I may make some associations, and kind of gives people some insight. But the first
Okay.
question I want to ask you is how do you create good vibes for yourself?
Mm. Well, I tell you, it starts when you're born. If
Mm.
you know the month in which you were born and what that month represents, mine just happens to be May, which is the fifth month of the year. If you've been following me or if you know anything about my power of five, I was not only born the month of May, I was born 5 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
I was, 5 years old, unfortunately, when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. So the energy that resides in me is understanding what when God put me on this earth, understanding what my mission and my passion was.
Mm.
And once I found my mission and my passion, it's nothing preventing me from being happy. So I found the power of five in my mission. As you all know, power means grace. And it also, I mean, five means grace and five means power. So if you connect the dots and you started, if you find your passion on what you like to do in life, God will point you in the right direction. And if you're paying attention, if you're disciplined, if you're committed, if you follow through with where he's pointing you to, you're going to see things materialize that you had no idea was going to happen because you are following that power of five. Everybody doesn't, is not going to be born in the month of May. Everybody's not going to be born at 5 o'clock in the morning. Everyone is not going to be 5 years old in 1968, but everyone has a number, and you find the power in that number, and it may just lead you to your destiny.
Well, look, there's five people watching right now. I see the eye of five watching me. So that is it again, eye of five. So you create good vibes for yourself by knowing and understanding
That's
your
right.
your synergistic
My synergistic spirit, the
spirit.
understanding of the universe, knowing basically when to take action, when not to take action, who to connect with, who not to connect with. I'm very in tune, very.
Again, the show is called Energy Flows on purpose. And that was not, the intentions of that question, but that's where it leads us because this is the truth. Now you said some key words, you said discipline. And that we're gonna talk about that later because discipline is key. Okay. So let me ask you this. What do you believe for yourself? What do you believe for yourself? What is the main focus of your life?
To understand that it's not about my life, it's not about me. What I believe in myself is what I'm destined to do is to impact change in the world. And I have to first start with home. If I can impact change at home, I can impact change in my neighborhood, I can impact change, in the community, and then I want to take it globally. So the discipline that I'm on, the path that I'm on, the journey that I'm on, that leading within journey that I talk about in my book. My book is called True Synergy Work. Leading within the seven defining principles of knowing yourself to birth greatness. That title was not given just because. It was given because I understood my path and my journey. And I understand that my journey is for the betterment of others. So, yeah, knowing me is knowing that I'm here to do some work and I want to get it done.
Mm, that's powerful. That's powerful. So, how do you stay positive in adverse situations?
So, God has blessed me to be in a profession that keeps me centered. And the profession is called project management. I am 22 years of a professional project manager. I understand the five disciplines of project management, and I understand how to apply them to anything that I do. A home project, a work project, a community project, but most importantly, project management has taught me a lot about people,
Mhm.
introverts, extroverts, subject matter experts, not non-subject matter experts, all kinds of fields. I've learned how to interact with people and pull out certain gifts when it's time for me to work on a project or initiative. And yeah, so I stay positive because I know how to manage myself in order to manage people so that we can both all grow together.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Look at you, look at you. Like, am I supposed to be writing something down?
Listen, I told people to get the pen and the notebooks. Okay, I need it. Okay, okay. So tell us about the book. You said you have the book. Give us the name of the book again.
Okay, so first of all, the book was written back in 2017, guys. Yes, 5 years this year. You cannot, I couldn't make the story up if I wanted to. But my book talks about my journey since I discovered my path, and that was about 10 years ago, maybe even 15 now, that I discovered that Rosa was calling me to give back to the community. So I started documenting everything that would happen in my life, and I call those, you know, tips or whatever those gifts are that God gave me, I call them auspicious occurrences. And when things happen to me, I didn't had no control over it. I had no reason why. He may have given me a piece of paper and told me to follow that paper through. Or he may have said, okay, go to this meeting and follow that process and what this means, what's going to come out of this meeting. All of these auspicious occurrences I wrote about in my book. I also geared the book around African American history and culture. So there's a lot of African American history quotes in my book about, ancestors like Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, Martin Luther King, Sojourner Truth. A lot of ancestors who had quotes that they wanted us to learn from and grow from. So that's all embedded in my book. But most importantly, my book, it was about finding myself and also finding a legacy in my family. My family, as I mentioned, I'm a country girl. So my family lives in Calvert County, Maryland. And yeah, guys, we're the ones that got the 40 acres and a mule. And yes, we kept it. Okay.
Okay.
not
Okay.
only did not only did we keep it, I had to go and claim some property for my mom who passed away in 2010. So claiming it, air property is a whole story. So I'm not going to get it. You got to read about it in my book. But just know that I'm out of the 10 children of my mom's. I was called the personal representative, and I'm the third for the youngest. So I had to actually lead my family in teaching them about history, teaching them about our land, and learning how to not only claim it for my mom's interest of it, but also teach them how we can grow on it and build on it as well. So the book talks about the first, I would say, 5 years of what that process consists of. And I am going to write a second book, and it's going to talk about what's happening 5 years later, okay, as it relates to where in the journey that I've been on. So the book is really, really a moving target. And it's
Mm.
been a moving target for me and what God has blessed me to do within my life since I wrote the book 5 years ago.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And I think that you the the story of the history, like what you just said. Okay, you guys were the ones who got the 40 acres of the mule, and you kept it. Now we
Yeah.
just celebrated. We just had Juneteenth
Yes.
um, this past weekend. And shout out, first of all, shout out to my sister who was actually in Texas on Juneteenth. And so,
Wonderful.
yeah, so she got to celebrate, in there. So that was very, very impactful. And
Yes.
so shout out to her for doing that. But the importance of remembering our history, you know what I'm saying, and remembering um, what we have gone through and to be able to share a different narrative. I think it's
Yes.
very important. So
Absolutely.
I love what you're doing with Rosa and how you're like taking control of the history. And like you said, it's a moving target because it's progressive. You see what I'm saying? It
Yes.
didn't end there. Our the trouble that I have with a lot of history, especially in Black America, is that it seems to has a beginning and an ending. It seems like we have these periods, and it's not a
Mm-hmm.
progressive thing. You know what I'm saying? We weren't just slaves, and then so it's a progressive history, and it's an evolving history, and
Yes.
um, and it's one of growth. You know, saying so when you see if you can look at and appreciate where we've come from and how we have moved forward, then you can start to appreciate the the path that has been laid out. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much. And
No,
so
you're
it
welcome.
takes people like you, it takes the youngest kids sometimes to be the ones to say, hey, this ain't we're not doing that. We
Right.
gotta
We're
go
not doing
back there.
that.
And we can't
Exactly.
because we yeah, you guys I'm an older child. So but my sister, I can see that spirit of we're not gonna let this die. We're gonna
Stop
let
us. That's right.
yes. So shout out to you for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because Rosa was established actually in 2008. So we're 15 years, another power of five. So it was
Wow.
established 15 years ago, the same year President Barack Obama became president, and his wonderful, beautiful wife Michelle Obama, just took the lead and started being about the next generation. She really inspired me
Mhm.
to gear my focus of Rosa around the next generation. So we have a program called Rosa Youth Empowerment Series, and for the
Wow.
last 6 years, we've been teaching young people to do exactly what you and I are doing. We're teaching them technology, resources, how to engage with, applications that can help get their name out there, their business out there. We teach them how to reach out and speak, present themselves to the community. We even teach them, photography work, and we teach them project management. So I started my first program at the Francis L. Cardoza Educational Campus in Washington, D.C. And then we moved on to the National Congress of Black Women, and I've been teaching them every year. So actually, on the 27th of this month, they're coming back for the sixth season. And it's all about pouring into the next generation of what God allowed us to get for free in a lot of cases. So I just want to give all I can to help the next generation, and most importantly, have them meet people like you, Chris, and meet people like your network and other professionals, so they can understand that just because life is rough right now, don't mean that they can't still, they should still have the voice and the confidence to want to become something better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then so speaking of this, because I move by spirit.
Yeah.
So I move by spirit. And before we started the show, you did present to me a memorial for there was a young man who
Yes.
was unfortunately murdered this past week on the 13th, actually, which was last Monday. Uh,
Mm.
he was murdered, unfortunately, last Monday. His name was Xavier. And what, 17 years old. He's a young man, 17 years old, and he had himself five brothers and sisters that he leaves behind. So great,
Yeah.
great sports. So he had talent, he had family, and due to gun violence, he unfortunately is no longer here to live his life. But his family is still here, and his mother is looking for some donations and resources to provide a service for her son. So
Right.
I did want to take this time to um, ask everyone if you're here to. I'm going to share the link in the chat here. So for everyone, if you could put if you have it on your heart, if you can spare a few dollars to help this family bury this, this young man, that would be very helpful. Um, and we have to understand. I mean, I really this subject is very draining for me, but it's
Yes.
one that we have to understand. Like again, this is energy. This is so okay? So it's rather draining, but at the same time, we have to do better as a community um, to to start to eliminate some of these tragedies that happen, and to on the back end to make sure that when things like this happen, that we have the resources that we need in order to take care of our family that has passed.
Absolutely.
Please, if you have, if you're able to, please visit the link. It's in the chat. It's also on the screen there. You can go visit that. It's everlove.com / love of Xavier Sprewell. Um, Make sure you click on the link or copy that and donate if you can. We definitely greatly appreciate that. And thank you, Miss Sharon, for bringing that to the to the table. That's what we want to do. So, you know,
Yes.
I'm talking about introducing new things. I want people to, be able to help them if they can do that. Um,
Right. And Chris, your reception kind of went out a little, so I'm not sure if everyone heard all the details because I saw it kind of fade on my end. But I just want to repeat what you said. Xavier Spiro, he was from Baltimore, Maryland. He came to Washington D.C. in Southwest, and it actually happened on, I believe, Friday, this past Friday. And he was with a young man, and the young boy was okay, but unfortunately, Xavier was pronounced dead on the scenes, and his mom, I think her name is, I'm trying to think of her name. I know it's her last name is Miss Smith. I think it's Kaya Smith. She has, I think she has six more children. So he would have been the seventh child. And unfortunately, she's having financial problems and trying to address getting him buried, and we just wanted to ask the community if, you could pull up this link and then just read the story about Xavier. He played in eight different sports. I'm sure he was probably in the wrong place at the wrong time. And as we know, no one's immune today, because you can be at the Juneteenth like it was this past weekend in Washington, D.C., and then gunshots, and then other people have perished because of this gun violence issue. So at this point, we don't know what caused his death, who did the shooting, but just know that the
That's
family is in need of help.
yeah. That's the families in need of help, and we want to be able to help them if possible. And I don't really want to do any more stories. I really, this is so the energy
Yeah,
that is, so we have to reshape this because we have to be able to do something better. Like um there, because we think about the law of the universe.
yeah,
One is that is
yes,
one that is resonating with me right now is the law of correspondence, which basically which says that which happens what is above is as is below.
yes, yes.
Our 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 outer worlds, people live in their own inner worlds and they seem to be happy, but outside of our outside worlds are all of a reflection. It's all the same. So even this young man being in the quote unquote wrong place, there means that we have to do better with creating better places.
That's right.
There
That's
should
right.
be no, or it shouldn't be as many wrong places. You know what I'm
That's
saying? It
right.
seems to always be a wrong place. So we have to start cultivating more right places. And I'm using my quotes, my air quotes, you guys, because right and wrong are all relative. Don't get me started. But we have to start to create more positive environments for people that can, so that we can avoid such tragedies
Absolutely. And
as
the
much
great thing,
to a greater extent, if
and,
possible.
and the great thing about being in today's society, there's a lot of great stuff happening. It's
Hmm.
about exposing the next generation, exposing the adults, exposing the elders to what some people get just freely, just because they're in places that we some may not be able to afford. But believe me, I'm here to share with you. There's a lot of great things going on. And Juneteenth is just half, not even half of it. When you look at the sports figures, the entertainers, the actors, all of those out there that has a large platform, they're talking about the synergy right now of us. Okay, they're talking about those who have gone, that has been unsung heroes. They're talking about our ancestors now. Every time I turn on the news, my phone, I have a iPhone, a Max Pro or something, and it's getting filled up with videos because I capture videos every morning on Gail King's show on the CBS Channel 9 show, because her and her crew are always recognizing people out there around the country who are not just white, but African Americans, Hispanic, Asians. They really are coming together to tell their story, and we're at the top of the list because the focus right now, guys, is on us. And if you're in alignment with the energy and the synergy, you can take it to the bank. You're going to achieve whatever you put your mind, your hard work, and your commitment and your love to, because people are watching you right now.
All eyes on me. Tupac said it. Mm, 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 mm. All eyes on me. So that is facts. And all eyes on you. So when I say me, I'm talking about you because we are collective. So we have to, that really collective energy is something that definitely needs to we thought about. So thank you. This is awesome. And you talking about introducing, right? That's what my whole show is about. We have to do new. We have to do new. Okay.
Exactly.
So that is what we're doing here. And speaking of new, we got a new thing coming up. It's going to be starting on Friday. It's what? It's called a podcast. What? It's called by what? It's called
It's called
it's called
Sharon
Team
Lee
or
Briefing.
Show. Yes.
Sharon is actually Sharon Lee Briefing, and I'm Sharon Parker, aka Sharon Lee on the Run. But the
Yes.
actual show is called Sharon Lee Briefing Podcast Show, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm talking about again. I'm really just going over my book. I'm talking about my journey of being a young girl on the run in Calvert County, not running because I've gotten in trouble, guys, running because
Mm,
I wanted something better out of life, not
right.
letting anyone, anybody, anything ever prevent me for achieving my dreams. I did
Right.
not become the Maryland Commission for the Maryland Commission on African American History and Culture because I just wanted to be that. It was the direct alignment where God wanted me to be. And then all these other titles that I have, and I don't talk about it. I mean, I mention it because I want to give you a little background about me, but those titles took a lot of work, and I'm running two opportunities. So it's not Sharon Lee running from anything. It's Sharon Lee running two opportunities that I want to expose not only to your guests, but definitely to the next generation and definitely to with our elders.
That's right. And so that's going to be airing on this Friday.
Yes, it's
And
going to be called a Legacy Lunch and Learn.
yes. So make sure that you join us. Let me see if I can bring it up for oh, what happened? Oh, I don't know what happened. We'll figure it out. But I'll bring it up for you guys so that you can see it. It's going to be great. I'll be behind the scenes. But this will be a great show. So make sure that you tune in. Introducing you to new things. So you're going to learn from Miss Sharon about what she's been through, about Rosa. You're going to learn from others. She's going to have guests. So make sure you tune in. Tell them again where they can tune in and watch the show.
Yes. So keep in mind, it's going to be a lunch and learn. So it's going to start at 12 p.m. every Friday, starting this Friday. I'm going to have guests come on. You can watch it on all of my social media platforms. So I'm going to have it on my YouTube, on my Facebook, on my Twitter, and I'm not sure if I have it on Instagram. But if you are friends with me on Facebook, you're going to see all the advertisement come up. But definitely, I'll put in the chat all of my pages so that we can connect on Facebook and keep that synergy flow going, guys. Because I'm telling you, it's about opportunities, and you do not want to miss the people that God has allowed me to connect with over the last 15 years. I'm talking about some powerhouses in Maryland, DC, and also Virginia.
All
So,
right.
and
So
then a
make
lot from around the country as well. So it's up on the screen, Chris, and you got it. Yes.
Yeah, so make sure you check out the new podcast, okay? This Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meet Sharon Lee on the run. And if you would like to be a sponsor or be a legacy building guest, then make sure you reach out. The phone number there is 202-365-8277, or you can email Sharon at themakingofyou.com, and that's the letter U, and all that information is at the bottom of the screen. Again, thank you so much
So,
for
so Chris,
that.
I'm not sure if I can, because I had my phone up as well, and I can see us, but I wasn't able to see the flyer when you had it up. So I'm
It's
not sure
up
if
there, they
everyone.
can see it.
Oh, great,
Yeah,
awesome,
they can see it. Yep, yep, yep.
awesome.
All right, so guys, make sure that you like and subscribe. Ding, the channel, Only Greatness Media Production. I will say you guys have been great. You've been sharing, you've been liking, and you've been subscribing because my subscriber numbers have gone up. And I really want to tell you guys, I'm gonna tell you all the time how much I appreciate you. People are calling me. I guess they're not watching the show. They want to talk to me. It's okay. Um, you guys have been watching the show, and I really do appreciate it. And so I would like to say that I'm going to be doing special giveaway for the people that I currently have on my subscription. So if at the end of this show, I'm gonna go and look at my subscribers. If you have, or if you are a subscriber to my channel, I will be reaching out to you. You will be getting a very special gift from me because I really wanted to show you how much I appreciate you for following instructions and doing what I asked you to do, which is to share. So I appreciate you all for doing that. And listen, Mr. Carey, I'm pretty sure you get one. I'm pretty sure you'll get a giveaway. I'm pretty sure that you will be one of those. So again, you guys, new people, Miss Sharon Parker, who's joined us today, she's talking about her organization, all of the work that she does in the community. She also told us about her book, and she introduced her brand new podcast that's going to be starting this Friday. Again, new things. All right, and I'm so excited. And I want you guys to make sure that you tune in for the lunchtime lesson. And what are we calling it? What do you call it?
The Legacy Lunch and Learn.
The Legacy Lunch and Learn. Okay, so make sure you check that out. Again, that's going to launch this Friday at 12 p.m. And you can follow her on all the platforms. All right, and then, um, oh yes, okay, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so that was the new thing. And so the new way of thinking, our topic today is energy flow. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So when you think about the flow of energy, when you think about energy, first and foremost, we have to understand that it never stops. It's consistent, constant. It's always moving. Us humans are energy. We're balls of energy. And the only time that we stop being that is when we are no longer here. We are no longer breathing. So energy is always flowing. And one of the things that Miss Sharon lives by is, and I know this for a fact, is synergy. And that is, and I this is my personal definition of synergy, is synchronized energy.
Mm.
You know, that's energies flowing together. I call that synergy. Use my
Yes.
brain. So if you don't know, if you get that energies flowing together, I call that synergy. So when you come into a room, and like I said, my very first show was It's a Vibe, and that is another level of this energy flowing thing. Okay, so um, and I want Miss Sharon to talk about synergy because I know she teaches a lot of. She's like, what did she say? She's a synergy specialist. So we want to hear from her how do you build synergy with knowing
uh,
that energy is always flowing? How do you build synergy?
Excellent question. The teacher that I am, I'm going to spell it, guys. It's Synergy. I'm going to give you the actual definition first of synergy, and then I'm going to share with you how I use synergy to build things. So, synergy means the interaction or corporations of two or more organizations, substance, or other agents to produce a combined effort greater than the sum of their separate efforts.
Mm,
Guys, that speaks volumes. If you know that the definition of synergy is not about you, as I mentioned at the top of the show, it's not about me. So, how have I built synergy in the community? As I mentioned, I had to first discover myself. I had to find out what those gifts were within me. And then I had to find my passion to be able to work on a project that's passionate or projects that's passionate to me. You're lucky because African American just happens to be that project. So, how did I do it? I started the organization. I started Rosa. I started connecting with people that I had no clue existed. When I tell you a country girl coming to Washington, D.C., don't know anyone, but not afraid to connect with people, I held a conference back in 2013 my first conference at the LaFont Plaza hotel at the time, and I brought out some powerhouse hitters, and they were all women. One lady named Reverend Barbara Reynolds, who wrote Coretta Scott's King book. I brought out Sylvia Traymore Morrison to be my, of course, keynote speaker at the time, and she did a
Mm-hmm.
fabulous job. I brought
Yeah,
out Gail
yeah.
Crowder. I brought out so many women who came out and shared their story at what I called at that time a unconditional love retreat. Well, that was in 2013. Every year since then, I've been hosting annual conferences. And yes, this year we hosted our ninth annual pre-conference on May 21st in Handover, Maryland. And Chris came out, her mom came out, her sister came out, and they were on the platform sharing their story of synergy. Chris and her mom shared their family's journey and how they connected and reconnected, even in their life. So the synergy that I do is teach us to come together. I bring out different generations. I bring out the young, the not so young, and also the old. And I put you in a room and I say, tell your leading within story. Tell the community, tell the world how you lead from within in your home, in your workplace, and also in your community. Now, I do all the work behind the scenes and I do have a team that works with me as well. But I create my own websites, I create my own video productions, I do all my marketing. When I say I had to learn how to build synergy, I had to learn how to communicate to all three generations, the young, the not so young, and also the elders. So I am honored to say that my 9-year efforts of just bringing the community together on just one platform is how I build synergy. And people respect what I do because if I say I'm going to do something, as what's her name, the DC mayor says, Bowser says, she don't waffle. Okay, I know y'all may have heard that in the commute in her commercials.
Yeah.
Well, I don't waffle either. When I say that I'm going to do something, it's done. When I commit to the next generation to train them, it's done. When I have to write up letters and make phone calls and ask for sponsorship and promote, it's done. That's how I build synergy. And again, as I remember, I said earlier at the top of the show, I use the project management skill, those 5 phases. If you all don't know, it's initiate, it's plan, it's execute, you monitor and control that project, and then you close it out and you move on to other projects. I am not overwhelmed. I'm a civil rights baby, so you may be asking, how does this woman do what she's doing? This old woman does what she does because I'm disciplined in the craft of what synergy really means. And I know synergy doesn't happen unless you work at it, and you have to inspire the community to either follow in your lead. And that's what I've been doing for the last 15 years. But for the 9 years, I do with my conferences, I have workshops, I have project management coaching programs. It's just a lot that I feel passionate about, that I want to change the course of life that could potentially save some young person or some elders or us professionals, save us from clashing. Because right now I'm concerned that family members don't even know family members, and they could be out there unfortunately even hurting one another because they haven't, their
They don't
parents
know
or
who
maybe their
they are.
grandparents don't know
Well,
who
we
they
gotta.
are.
Well, the first thing we gotta do, and I'm gonna say this right here. If you know me, then you know I'm gonna say something. The first thing
Say
we gotta do is understand that we're all connected either way. So whether I'm your blood family or not, we shouldn't be out here doing and trying to hurt each other. Period.
and that's synergy.
Periods. Periods. There you go. Thank you. So we have to understand that yes, we don't even the fact. So these are the things that we have to work forward towards. Okay,
Yes,
work
yes,
forward towards because we know that we're all connected, but
that's right.
we don't even know sometimes some people don't even know who their daddies are or their brothers or their sisters are. You know what I'm saying? Because of how. So we have to come together with a greater understanding that it's not just about your blood family. And if we could do that, then we can start to realize that, hey, oh baby, oh that is my cousin right there. That's my cousin right there. Because but it would start with just seeing each other as already connected, whether that's my blood or not. And I
That's
think
right.
we have to get to that point. I really I want to. Can you one more again?
Yes,
Pull in
ma'am.
the back, like this girl right here, my daughter.
Yes,
Can you tell everybody again the definition of synergy? Can you read it again for us?
absolutely.
Thank you
The
one more time.
definition,
Yeah.
yes, the definition of synergy is the interaction or cooperation of two or more organizations, substance, or other agents to produce a combined effort greater than the sum of their separate efforts.
Amen. Okay. All right. That sounds like a whole word for that. We're gonna take out the corporations. We're gonna apply that to the persons. Okay.
That's right.
So in the any people when you come together for the greater good of the sum of when it's bigger than you,
That's right.
that is synergy.
Look up the Aspen Grove. Just look up that and see the image of what synergy looks like. In the Aspen Grove, there's nothing but trees after trees after trees. And the root of the trees feeds on other roots so that the forest can grow. So, Aspen Grove, look that up, look for the picture. Just go to Google and say, show me a picture of synergy with that represents Aspen Grove, and you'll get an actual visual of what synergy looks like. And all I'm asking individuals to do is apply that mindset to everything you do in life. If you think others first, we would turn things around immediately if you have that mindset.
All right. So if you did not know, okay, I like to see when Spirit said, okay, that's the end of the show. Very good. You did it. Spirit said that's Spirit said, good job. That's it. Because that's what we want. What we want to happen. Energy flows. We're all energy. The goal is to understand our synergistic power.
Yes,
I love it. So when we come together, that force, it's like that vibration I was talking about. When that vibration is when it comes together, if everybody's vibrating good, that vibration, the intensity of that vibration heightens, and you can create, you can shift things. Period. You can shift
total.
things. We can change. We can change current situations. You know what I'm saying? Synergy, and it's we have to come go at a different a higher level than that. So it's a level in which we are coming together and we're thinking together. And
That's
so you
right.
said, so this is I'm gonna close it with this, you guys, and I'm gonna make sure that you get this. So you said first that find a passion.
Yes.
Listen, that's the only note I got on here. Passion. I got that, and then I got the 5 steps of how you do the synergy. But find a passion, and what I believe is, and this, I'm going to tell you what it is that I believe for all of us. When that urge, when we people say passion and purpose a lot,
Yeah.
that passion and purpose is in you. And
Yes.
it is screaming to get out. And it is not something that you saw somebody else do. Say, "Oh, I want to do that." It may have ignited it, but the
Hmm.
passion that you have in you, you came here with that passion. It's part of your purpose. And
Absolutely.
yes, if let Leah and Sir Charles, I know he can. If he's here in the background, I know he's hearing these words, passion and purpose, and he is having a whole field day because I first heard those words in connection from him, but it has a whole
Yes.
greater meaning now. When you find your passion, you have discovered your purpose, and you came here with it. And if you can find your passion and get into a room and you can speak it and you can say it,
Yes.
you will attract other people who will who will have the similar passion or a resource to help you execute that passion, or a plan to help you, or some way to monitor, or some way to help you close that thing out. Okay? I just
Absolutely. You done did that 5 things. Awesome. Chris, I do want to share what's coming up for Rosa as well. So I hope I got a few minutes to share and then
yes,
also give
I
my
do.
contact info as well.
Yes, of course you do. Yes. But I'm gonna say, so I want so people, I just want you to find your passion. Get that energy flowing through you. Let the energy flow through. Don't let it stop with you. Don't hold your passion inside. Let it flow. Okay? Let it flow. It'll create synergy. The synergy will be great for the community overall. That's how I'm going to close it out on that note. But of course, you got to do all of the housekeeping things. So, because we never going to end the show just like that. We're just not going to do that. We don't do that here. Okay. So let's go ahead, Miss Sharon. Go ahead, tell the people what you got coming up, what you got going on. Yeah, this has been awesome. I love
Well,
it.
guys, I tell you, I hope you're able to go to Amazon. Just put in True Synergy Work. My book will come up. You may want to get a copy of that book as soon as you can because on July 23rd of this year, I am going to Annapolis, Maryland at the Banneker Douglas Museum. I'm going to be doing my 5th year anniversary book review at the actual Banneker Douglas Museum in Annapolis, Maryland. Google the Maryland Commission on African American History and Culture. Please do yourself a favor and do that and get connected with that organization because they're the ones who get a capital improvement grant, $6 million, talking about synergy. $6 million grant in Maryland. Several people applied for the grant. They went from 1 million, which they've been doing for a number of years, and just got a $5 million boost in that grant to tell the African American significance here in Maryland. So again, I'm going to be at the Banneker Douglas Museum. The director there is the one who also directs and manages the Maryland Commission on African American History and Culture. You want to book that to come out to get be at my book review again on July 23rd. On September 24th and 23rd and 24th, I'm doing the official 9th annual Leading Within conference. And yes, on the 24th, we're having a comedy show with the Ill Will Production Group. You don't want to miss having fun, okay? And you don't want to miss having fun with a purpose. So I will be giving more information about that. We're looking for speakers, sponsors, authors for that event. And then again, my podcast launch on Friday. I would love to have you all to come out on that virtually, that is, okay, at
Mhm.
12 o'clock for our Legacy Lunch and Learn. And Chris, again, I want to thank you for this awesome platform. I want to also thank you for being a sponsor for the podcast, Sharon Lee Briefing Podcast Show. And I look forward to letting people see us real time bring that synergy together because I am going to be working with you behind the scenes on my podcast, and I'm going to be, giving value to what you do more often in what on your platform. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you for being a sponsor. Thank you for having me on the show. And for those who don't know how to contact me, you can contact me at the www.themaking.com. I'll put it in the chat so that Chris can share it. But is www.themakingofyou.com. Okay, you can also find me on Instagram at Sharon underscore leading underscore within a dash. And I'm putting that in the chat as well, Chris.
Mhm.
And then you can always find me on Facebook as Sharon Parker. I will also share with you all, if you see someone with just, red carpet or orange carpet, just, that's me. There's a lot of Sharon Parkers out there, but I had my banners up. But yeah, themakingofyou.com. And also Sharon Lee. You can also email me at Sharon, and I'm putting this in the chat as well, Chris, Sharon at themakingofyou.com. And yes, you can contact me directly on 202 365 8277. Because, guys, it's about synergy. So I'm giving you all the access on how to get to me, okay? So let's make it happen.
All right. So you guys make sure you check it out. I want to thank you again. It's been a great show. Let me tell you something. 60 minutes goes by quick. I'm like, oh, yeah, then it starts and then 60 minutes flies by. But this has been another awesome show. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, every single person who has watched this, is watching, and will watch the Introducing Podcast today with me, your smart video girl. I'm here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only here on YouTube exclusively. So make sure you share, like, and subscribe so that you can make sure that you stay up to date. If you missed any of the past episodes, make sure you go and check them out. They were awesome, and it's just been powerful stuff. It's been really powerful stuff. So I just thank you guys for being here. If don't forget to go follow me, Smart Video Girl. Okay, I'm on Instagram. Follow me, Smart Video Girl. And if you want to send me an email, you can. If you want to be a sponsor, if you would like to be a guest, if you have any show topic ideas, tell them Chris at gmail.com. And that's Chris with a K because that's for me. I'm so special, special. This episode and all episodes are sponsored by Black Women Connecting Communities. I love the organization. Shout out to all the ladies. Um, Shout out to the organizer and the founder of it. And every time I say it, she cringes. But shout out to Carib for the idea of starting Black Women Connected Communities. That is true synergy right there. Group of women.
Yes.
So there it is. Uh, Shout out to them. Also, shout out to CourtlandJones.com. Great organization. They do book coaching. If you're writing a book, if you're looking to write a book, go and check out Cortland Jones. He will get you right. Trust and believe me. Okay. And of course, I have to let y'all know that you need to sign up for that Upside app. Okay, listen. I know I talk about it a lot, but I'm serious. In today's time, you always have to be conscious and be smart about how you use your coins. I got 4 cents today from a referral. I did nothing. It's called residual income. The pennies add up. If you don't know nothing about it, you better get. Let me tell you something. The pennies add up. Okay. If I only got 4 cents a day for doing nothing, would it be worth it to you? I just ask yourself that. So if it is, then make sure you go on to sign up for the Upside app today. You can use my link just to help me continue to get residual income, and you can also get some coins as well. So use it. I mean, you use it for gas. You can use it at the grocery store, and you can use it at some of your favorite local restaurants. So make sure you check it out. All right, and last but not least, shout out to Sharon Lee on the run. Thank you so much. Yes, for being a sponsor, a supporter of the show. I mean, she's been watching since day one, and now she's on here. So, and I know she'll continue to support, and you'll be seeing more of her as we continue to work together. And if you missed any of the episodes, the show is also syndicated on Super Radio. So shout out to Super Tim. You can visit www.superradiodmv.com and you can check out the past episodes if you want to do that. If you don't want to go to YouTube, if you just want to support a local radio station. So that's what it is. And so next week, I have my very special friend who's going to be joining me. Her name is Roxy. Foxy Roxy. She is the host of Pronoia Starseed podcast, which was the brand new thing from last week, if you remember. And next week is going to be an awesome show as well. All my shows are really connected. I can't make this up. Spirit leads the way. Sharon, when you started the show, you said that you were talking about your sign and you knew, all of that was in sync. Our girl Foxy Roxy is going to take that to a whole nother level. So,
Awesome.
so everything kind of works together. I didn't know what we were going to talk about. Who knew? But she's going to come on and talk about her podcast, introduce some new things to you guys. I don't know what the topic will be yet, but I'll just kind of play that by ear. But yeah, that's it. I just want to thank you all for joining me again. It's been an awesome, 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 awesome show. It has
This
been.
has really been amazing, Chris. And thank you again for having me as a guest. I look forward to just meeting, everyone that you bring on the show because you are doing a phenomenal job in building that synergy. So keep up all the great work you're doing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys know what time it is. Yes, it is time to step well, make sure you check it out next week, same time, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. Ooh, it's 8 o'clock on the dot. Everybody,
That's synergy.
that's energy. See you next week.
Bye,
Keep
everyone.
watching. Don't forget if you do have it, if you have some spare change, if you have a few extra dollars, donate, donate to Young Xavier's funeral expenses. We definitely want to create an environment where we don't have to do things like that. Synergy. Let's get the energy flowing for the greater good. Talk to you soon. I love you guys. I can. I can't play